every single week for LeCavalier. Score! Score! Peter LeCavalier! He wins it for the Lightning in overtime!
Now scrambles away from one hit. Look, uncorks a deep one for the end zone. Phelan is down there.
Oh, he got it! He did it! He got it!
So, Steve, great weekend.
Yeah, awesome weekend, to be honest. Going into the weekend, we didn't really know what to expect from the Blackburn team. It's a new team because there was quite a few guys from Bradford that Bradford haven't got a team anymore, so they've signed a lot of their guys. So we went into it not knowing really how strong they were going to be. But you know, we've got a really strong team this year, and 9-0 was an excellent result for us. You know, so we're really happy with that. It was our first game of the season. Unfortunately, we didn't get any warm-up games. So we went into that game using that as our warm-up game. So it took a while for us to get into our stride, but eventually things started to click, and the guys really did well. With our lines, they started to get a good understanding, and you know, it paid off. They were actually slightly weaker than I thought they'd be. So you know, it stood us in good stead for today, because I knew today would be a closer game than yesterday.
Well, congratulations to you as well. You got the first goal of the Deeside Dragons.
Yeah, I was quite emotional really to get that, because I knew exactly what it meant. We know who scored the first goal for the Dragons way back when they were first formed, and that was Keith Parsons, who's the father of James Parsons, who's unfortunately he's away on holiday this year for the first couple of games. You know, so he should be back for the Solihull game next weekend. I'm just hoping he's not drank too much while he's been away, you know, and he's keeping himself fit, you know. But yeah, I was delighted to get that first goal for the Dragons. It really means a lot for me, and I recognise that, yeah.
So you went away, you got a win, then you had to come back here today. Like you said, you knew today would be a tougher game. You got the result?
Yeah, I mean, yesterday's game was a bit, for me, it was going to be a bit more physical than today, because these guys have got a lot of young lads on two-way contracts, so there's some good young lads, skaters, fast, enthusiastic, full of energy, and I feel like they kind of brought a weaker squad down today. They were missing quite a few guys, and I think some of the guys on the two-way contracts were actually playing for the first team, so, you know, it gave us an opportunity to try and, you know, our game plan was to try and wear them down, and I thought we did that. And, you know, I think if we look at the third period there, we got 2 quick goals, and that's because the legs were, and they were very tired, you know, going into the third. So we, you know, delighted with overall a really good weekend.
Team, they look like a good physical team out there, the Dragons. Look like they're willing to throw themselves around a little bit, as well as play some great hockey. So that must make you happy as well as a coach. Yeah,
we've got a range really of skills. I think last year we looked at the squad, and there was a couple, like I said before, there was a couple of times where I felt we got bullied. So through the summer we reflected upon that and brought in some guys that could add strength and depth, and that's something we talked about for quite pre-season, bringing in some size and some quality. And tonight, I think, you know, we've got it all there. We've got some big lads that can hit, but we've also got some skillful guys who can put the puck in the net, you know. When we were looking at the shots and goal, we've had a hell of a lot of shots and goals, so we're creating chances, which is good. We just need to start finishing them off.
Good crowd as well today. Couldn't have asked for more on the first weekend.
Yeah, it seemed to be buzzing in here today, and hopefully it'll only get stronger. There's been a lot of hype with all the guys that we've brought in. You know, there's a lot of guys that have dropped down a division to come and play for us here, so they're well known in the hockey community. So there was a lot of people excited about what was going on here.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much. Congratulations on a great weekend.
Thank you.
See you next week.
Cheers.